Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wrestling Bubble. If you're here, you survived the Boar Fest known as Smackdown. Okay, John Cena single-handedly entertained all of us with his Pipe Bomb 2.0. What did you think about Smackdown?
I fell asleep a few times. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe to the Wrestling Bubble, TWB. Back to your SmackDown review. It was boring. It was so boring. I mean, if we was a podcaster, I would have turned off after like maybe Alexa Bliss and Oscar match. That match was sloppy. But they started off SmackDown with L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
And he pretty much is just going to talk his little trash how Seth Rollins, his goons, and him has been going back and forth how they screw him in the Money in the Bank. Because let's be honest, everyone wanted LA Knight to win. Then he screwed one of his goons in the King of the Ring, Braun Breaker. And then one of his goons screwed him in his King of the Ring. He said, okay, we're 1-1. And then he went back to Raw to screw Bronson Reed on his King of the Ring. So it's like been a little cat and mouse, you know. And before LA Knight got even deeper because he wants Seth Rollins' head on a platter, we get Paul Heyman,
who proceeds to come out and say nothing except Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I love Paul Heyman, but he was better off with Roman Reigns because since he's been with Seth Rollins, I feel like he has been going downhill. And Seth Rollins haven't really been showing up like that, unlike Seth. Roman Reigns at least showed up with Paul Heyman majority of the time. And he knew when Roman wasn't coming. He even had 2 phones to get in contact.
Look, we all know exactly what they're trying to set up. Seth Rollins isn't showing up because they're trying to give him, like, they're trying to pass off that aura like Roman had when Roman stopped showing up, and then we started seeing Paul Heyman with a phone, right, and he would, like, call the tribal chief, whatever, right? Like, they're trying to establish something like that. This Bloodline 3.0 or whatever they're trying to do, this tribal chief 3.0 that they're trying to do with Seth Rollins, it ain't working. He's no head of the table, okay? This guy is head of mid-card, but, no, he's no Roman Reigns. This is not the Bloodline. I don't care how much they're trying to rehash the Bloodline story. This ain't it. All right. You got Braun Breaker, who was great by himself. Okay. He can talk. He's good in the ring. He's got aura. But they're slowly diminishing that with him in this group. Okay. And then Bronson Reed, ever since he hit Seth Rollins with like 6 tsunamis, he pretty much started paving the way for himself. Right. Okay. And then he got mixed in with the Bloodline and everything like that. He got the injury. That's literally the only thing that slowed him down. But besides that, Bronson Reed was straight by himself. Okay. He had those bangers with Braun Strowman and I mean, he just really seemed like he was starting to solidify himself in the WWE, right? But in this group, he's just the henchman. That's about it.
Him and Braun Breaker. It's just a waste for both talented wrestlers. Unfortunately, they're in the shadows of Seth Rollins. So I really don't know who this group helps in the end of the day. But you know, Paul Heyman does his normal ladies and gentlemen trying to introduce himself, and LA Knight ain't had time for that. He just cut straight to the chase. Paul Heyman, why are you here? Why are you here interrupting my time just to talk about Seth Rollins when no one really doesn't even care? Only thing LA Knight wanted to do was beat him down so he can move on to the next chapter of his career. But of course, Paul Heyman just cut it short by saying he just want LA Knight to leave for tonight because his goons are here tonight to take care of him. And of course, the crowd's going to chant CM Punk and OTC because Paul Heyman betrayed both of those guys. But while he was cutting his little promo, LA Knight, you know, he was basically saying because Seth Rollins not here and his 2 goons are not here, he was going to put his hands on Paul Heyman.
Yeah, Paul Heyman basically was saying that if you don't leave, something's bad's going to happen, right? And we learn exactly what that is later on in the show. But yeah, this was basically to set up a match between Bronson Reed and LA Knight, which we'll see coming up soon. But what segment carried after this?
Well, after that segment with LA Knight, we have Brian Saxon letting Paul Heyman know that Bronson Reed will be going one-on-one with LA Knight because of the little brawl they had earlier in the show. But we'll see how that goes. Our first match was Asuka versus Alexa Bliss for the semifinal round for the Queen of the Ring. Let's be honest. Do we really think Alexa Bliss was going to beat Asuka?
No.
Not a chance. Not a chance. But Alexa, thanks for coming. So Alexa got a little pop, and Asuka looked like an afterthought.
Yeah, sad to see. Sad to
so
see.
sad.
It seems like we've passed the days of nobody being ready for Asuka. Okay, it just doesn't look right anymore. I don't know what it is, but man, it's like Asuka had this really. I don't know I don't know how to explain it. It's like she had a little aura, right? Like that whole undefeated streak and just being like just vicious in the ring or whatever. And now it just looks like a shell of herself. I don't know what and also wearing the dark colors as well. It just kind of really takes away the colorful, just manic Asuka. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it just when I see Asuka now, I just like, man, she just blends in.
Yeah, and she don't understand. Like I remember Asuka before she did the face paint, she really stood out. She was like a submission specialist, pretty much. She could counter almost every move when she was in NXT. She was undefeated to the point she relinquished the belt because they wanted to keep her winning streak. And I would say ever since she lost to Charlotte Flair in WrestleMania, and then they pair her with Kyrie, that even slowed her more down. And then the injury happened. It's like because she's been gone for almost 2 years, they have gotten like new female wrestlers. So it's like then Rhea Ripley had to step up a little bit because Asuka was gone. It sucks. And then you have Roxanne Perez who's finding her footing. And then you have Stephanie Vaquer. You have so many new faces like that stands out.
And then you got a guy who can't book for shit. Okay, Triple H. You got that. She's working with that because I don't think he knows how to really push anybody. I really don't. Like take Tiffany Stratton for example.
Her title reign is so boring. I can't wait to take the title off of her. Like I'm tired of hearing Tiffy time. Her voice sounds like she's nasally like this. And if you gonna come for the girl, shut up.
But think about it. The same thing that everybody's complaining about with EO. I mean, you getting that with Tiffany Stratton.
Oh yeah,
she's had the title for how long, and she's had how many title defenses? All you see her come out and do is cut promos, which suck.
They ain't got nothing for EO.
They don't have nothing for Tiffany. They're just running back the Nia Jackson. I thought we've been past that.
Man, I was
what the hell?
I like Nia Jackson though, but I'm like, how many times we're gonna see Nia Jackson keep going for the title? Like this storyline should have been.
It's not just her going for a title. I don't mind that, but it's just they're rehashing the same story that we saw like last year.
Yeah.
And for what? Like, for what? It just kind of came out of nowhere.
And then out of nowhere, they just stopped the whole Jade Cargill and Naomi story. So that just, like, flopped. So now, of course, Asuka beat Alexa Bliss, and she will be going against between Jade Cargill or Roxanne Perez. Well, we already know Roxanne Perez is not beating Jade Cargill. So, pretty much, they're going to be serving Asuka on a platter to Jade Cargill. Lord Jesus.
I really would rather see Roxanne and Asuka, but we're probably going to get Jade and Asuka, and somehow Jade is going to win. I'm telling you straight up, Jade is going to win. This is Jade's tournament to win.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, and honestly, I don't like that they're trying to push her because to me, she's still green in the ring. She hasn't did anything to stand out. All she do is just look like a big old mannequin, like she's still a bodybuilder, and move on from that. So, of course, after this match, we had a quick little glance of Michin and B-Fat. They was talking about they're going to start their statement. Lord.
Nobody cares.
How's the women's tag team division has went downhill from there. So
it's non-existent.
Jade Cargill got her little interview. Ain't nothing important there. And then we have Alexa Bliss running to Chelsea Green, letting her know that Alexa Bliss is a loser. because it should have been Chelsea Green going against Asuka. And out of nowhere, we had Charlotte Flair somewhat defending Alexa Bliss. I don't know where we're going there, but it looks like Charlotte might be downgrading to a tag team. Wow. How?
Hold on. But we get Alexa telling Charlotte that she doesn't need her help. Charlotte says, that's cute.
I know, like Charlotte look out for anybody. Charlotte looks out for herself. Okay. The second match, which didn't even start, we had Aleister Black versus Kit Wilson. So let me get this straight. Pretty much, Carmelo Hayes and The Miz is done with Aleister Black, is what I'm guessing. That they just like totally throw that out the window.
Yeah, I guess. And Carmelo Hayes is just an afterthought at this point.
The number one draft pick for SmackDown is an afterthought. Let's take a moment up there. I mean, he's another one that's not getting pushed. Do we have to start a riot?
Number one draft pick.
Yeah.
Wow.
It sounds to me we're going to have to start saying we want Carmelo. I mean, it's like, dang, dude. Like, he's a really young talent. And and then we're going over here pushing old Randy, who's like a broken back at this point.
Number one draft pick. Man, that's brutal.
Very brutal.
And all this dude does is take L's. He makes everybody else look good.
And just keep taking L's. But unfortunately, Aleister Black could not get his hands on Kit Wilson because Ron Killings came out and out of nowhere just started beating Kit Wilson. Things like this makes me wonder, he's probably going to get released next.
Kit Wilson, pretty deadly in general.
Yeah, when you do stupid stuff like that. Because all you have is Ron Killings out of nowhere just put him in a STF and stuff like that. It's like, dude, you have a match later on tonight. Like, is our Killings really someone who just hinge and like, because it looks like it's like Ron Killings and R-Truth, two split personality. Ron Killings is just he's here to take out anyone and everyone. You know what I'm saying? Until he gets the job done.
Well, that's why he said he's driving now.
And he driving all right, but he said he said get John Cena out here right now because I'm driving on my terms. Lord. Like, he is done listening to John Cena. He ain't gonna wait for the main event. He wants you right here, right now.
I mean, the difference you got between Ron Killings and R-Truth is Ron Killings is just grabbing the bull by the horns, and he's just doing what he wants. He's doing what he's got to do to get ahead, right? He's doing what he's got to do to make a statement, to get John Cena. You know what I mean? So it's like if he's got to go out there and be pretty deadly,
right,
then that's what he's gonna do, okay? Because that's his truth. So I like that. I like that Truth or Ron Killings. It has multiple appearances per show. I do like that because they're finding a way to thread his story and get his character over every episode. But once he faces John Cena and all that happens, is that it for Truth? Ron Killings? Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's like, where are they even going to go from there? Because you can see that they really don't have nothing else for him.
No, that's probably why he's just, at this point, about to start attacking people randomly. And if they're going to put him with anything, like, put him in a storyline, which we could talk more about that later, because he did interrupt Aleister Black, so that can be a possible, he can focus on Aleister Black a little bit, now that he's in a serious role more. But, of course, this match ended with no contest. And after this match, we get a Who Cares Goldberg return last Monday Night Raw to go against Gunther. Man, he was spitting on Gunther's face so many times. I was like, Lord, Gunther gonna need a
Oh, you felt it come through the screen.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, how many times you gonna keep spitting on Gunther?
4D.
Like, I hope this ain't gonna be a squash match, Gunther versus Goldberg.
No, it needs to be.
Well, I hope Gunther squash him.
Yeah, it needs to be.
Because we don't need to see old Goldberg walking around with a title. Sorry, not gonna happen.
But Goldberg in his prime, Gunther wouldn't stand a chance. I'm sorry. It wouldn't happen. No. I don't care how many titles Gunther's won and how many days he's held them. All it would take is about 30 seconds in that ring. Spear, jackhammer, thanks for showing up. Prime Goldberg, I will put my money on that dude any day.
So for that, we got a little quick Ron Killings had a quick little interview with Jamie Noble. It was just something quick. Basically, he just wanted to fight John Cena. But Aleister Black said, yo, you interrupt my match, you're in my business, so now you're my business. So basically, I like the little the little drama that they had with Ron killing Aleister Black, something different. And then out of nowhere, we got boring Damian Priest. Why? I get it that R-Truth used to try the whole judgment thing, but bruh, you haven't talked to R-Truth for 2 years now, and all of a sudden you want to be this guy talking about, oh, R-Truth, Ron killings, you can't just be going around here attacking people. Dude, you're lucky he ain't put his hands on you because you over here acting like you save a man, but whatever. What you think that segment?
More of I respect you, I love you. They're gonna go out after his match and celebrate downtown or whatever. I mean, it's just, WWE so lovable.
You know what I did like is when Priest gave Ron Killings a hug because he figured, oh, I got through him, and then he made that look
and then
like,
it's like, he was only pretending to be R-Truth for a minute.
Yeah, like
Man say he driving now.
Yeah, it was
like I said, he gonna do whatever he got to do to get to where he want to be, and if that means he's got to fake it till he make it with people like Damian Priest or whatever, and then he goes out there and viciously attacks someone like Kit Wilson, then that's what he's gonna do. Ron Killings is the truth, okay?
Amen to that one. And then we get the segment that never happened. Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes out, does his normal entrance or whatever, proceeds to say, "So, what do you want to talk about?"
He proceeded to say nothing. He proceeded to say, exactly. Cody didn't get one word out of his promo. Instead, he got the Yeet Man coming out, and he said what he had to say, how they're going to be facing each other Monday. Ain't nobody looking forward to that match on Monday. All he's going to be is super kick and whatever Cody be doing. So all Cody did is give him a handshake. And before Cody even said anything, we get Sami Zayn. Who looking for Sami? Nobody. Anybody looking for Sami?
Yeah, I didn't care when Sami Zayn came out. You guys finished your stories, and I was there to celebrate with you guys, and now it's my turn to finish my story, okay? And yeah, although it looks like I never hit the gym, I'm still gonna go out there and whoop ass and get the job done. I hear voices in my head. Comes out and he says, first of all, lil bros, I'm gonna beat all y'all ass, okay? In order to get to where I wanna be, and that's to beat John Cena. And, Jey Uso, guess what? You're gonna hear 3 letters, 1 move.
RKO.
Mic drop. That's all I gotta say about that.
Because Cody still ain't got one word.
Thanks for showing up, buddy.
That's pretty much what Cody was just there to stand there, smile, shake hands. All right, Cody for president. Moving on from that, of course, with this segment, it was just leading up for Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn. Did anyone really think Sami Zayn was going to beat Randy Orton?
No. All right, so Randy won that. We could just zoom past
we
that.
don't
There was
even
really nothing to talk about.
Nothing. Boring. And then we have a Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, and Naomi segment. Okay. So we start off with Nia Jax pretty much saying how it's crazy how Tiffany approached her, what went under her wing and stuff. But let's be honest, Tiffany never really into Nia Jax. Maybe she was, and then the crowd reaction made her go babyface. Honestly, I like it better when Tiffany was a heel. This babyface is boring. But of course, Tiffany coming out with her nasal voice, letting Nia Jax little new flash get over it. She's gonna put a title on the line for a last women standing match. I believe it's next week at Night of the Champions.
Hold on. You know what? Let's do something different. Let's read a little bit of the promo between these two and show you how basic this was. You be Nia, I'll be Tiffany.
So, Nia Jax, you know what's crazy? Tiffany's trying to approach me to be under my wing because she knew exactly what I can do for her. And look, she's striving, and what kind of things I got for it. She betrayed me, and she has my title.
Nia, you're like that toxic ex I just can't get away from. Newsflash, get over it. You make excuse after excuse, but when you're going to admit that maybe I'm just better than you.
So, okay. So if you're so much better than me, why don't you give me a rematch and I deserve without kicking a chair in my face? Ooh. things just got real.
I don't know, man. This didn't make me want to see the match between them two.
So you don't want to see the last woman standing with these two?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
What was crazy about this segment, they all had the ring gear on. As they was talking, Nia attacked Tiffany Stratton, and here comes Caution, Naomi, with her briefcase ready to cash in. And then Nia stopped all that, shut that down real quick. So those two are going at it. The cousins are going at it. But it's like, all y'all have y'all ring gear on. We couldn't get a quick, like, triple threat or something. Something.
Nope.
Not even like a brawl or nothing. It's like, why y'all out here? So this segment was a dooski. It was boring. It was who cared. It was moving on from that. And of course, they want to do a little flash in the past of John Cena and CM Punk. These two haven't wrestled for 12 years. The last time they wrestled was 2013. Right now, John Cena retirement tour has been rematches with a bunch of old people. I don't even know if he fight anybody new yet. But, I mean, I don't really care for the video package. But we get to the next match, Charlotte Flair versus Chelsea Green, because of the... Let's just cut to the chase. Charlotte Flair won, and then they seem to beat the crap out of her. I really thought Piper re-injured Charlotte Flair's knee.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get to.
Oh, my gosh.
It really looked like when Piper went to do like a senton on Charlotte Flair when she had... what was it, Albert Fight or Chelsea Green in the figure 8?
Right.
It looked like Piper squashed Charlotte's knee.
Oh my gosh.
And the referee's there and he's like, no, guys, like, no. They're just like they pretty much had to just wrap up that whole segment prematurely because it looked like Charlotte was hurt.
Yeah, I mean, but Charlotte did win with a submission, but I was just like, what the heck? And as they proceed to beat her up, it was good to see Charlotte get up because she clotheslined Piper over the ropes or whatever. But now, of course, Alexa Bliss planted Chelsea Green with her sister. I hate when she does her sister Abigail. It's ridiculous. It looks sloppy. It's just, no, get rid of it.
It's the dumbest looking move in all of sports entertainment.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks so stupid. You have to sit there and sell when she like has you like leaned over or whatever, like, and then she finally like wraps her arm around you and go for a DDT. First of all, it's just a DDT. I mean, like I say, it's just a DDT because they never pin anybody off of a DDT anymore. Like DDT is always just like a transitional move. It has about as much of an impact as a body slam now, right?
Right.
So, I mean, the DDT is basically in the super kick category.
Yeah.
And it just looks so fake. They have to sit there. I mean, a fresh Chelsea Green, basically, right?
Yeah.
She just leans her forward. She doesn't kick her in the stomach, doesn't punch her, nothing. She just grabs her, leans her, and it's like they're paralyzed. And they have to sit there forever until Alexa decides she wants to finish the move.
Yeah,
it's so stupid. And first of all, Alexa's so tiny to be doing a move like that, right? It's anyways.
So moving on from that, we go to the Bloodline locker room. I don't know why they're still called the Bloodline. And JC Mateo is like basically over this with this Jacob Fatu getting his taping up his hand, getting ready to like throw down. But moving on from that, Solo pretty much told JC Mateo to stay back just in case anything happens. Solo call out Jacob Fatu, open hands, letting Jacob know that, hey, I love you, Jacob. You ain't got to say you love me. Just, let's just squash this. Get back in the Bloodline, moving on.
Love is in the air, basically.
Yeah,
okay? It's just more I love you stuff.
That's
it's ridiculous.
And Jacob Fatu ain't really had much to say, just letting him know, like, pretty much just dog walking Solo, letting him know he was weak as a tribal chief. You know what? I hate when Solo finally like was on his own and they didn't push him to be a strong leader. They just kept making him take an L, and then when Jacob Fatu come in, they try to make him unstoppable. Like, Jacob Fatu is good and all, but I'm actually getting bored of him on the ring because it's the same old moves. Hip attack, moonsault, and Samoan drop. I mean, at this point, I'm over it. Jacob Fatu ain't really saying much. Just letting him know he's putting his title on the line to Solo Sikoa.
I feel like every time Jacob Fatu gets a mic, his stock is starting to drop. because he keeps like he got stuck with that little catchphrase. Okay, all gas, no brakes, with etc. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Once that happened, he just feels so watered down, and on top of that, like he looks like he gained weight again. Okay, because at
Most
one
definitely.
point he looked like he lost weight
Yep.
and got a little muscle on him or whatever. Now he just looks like he just looks like a fat guy. Okay, and he doesn't really come across as intimidating like he did when he first showed up and he had the red locks and everything. Like he looked like a beast. But yeah, I it's just making me care less and less about Jacob Fatu.
Same here. Especially like we had a little part where he put his title on the line, and as he was finishing his catchphrase, you had Solo was trying to hit him with a Samoan spike, and of course Fatu blocked it, hit it with a headbutt, and then Fatu repeatedly stomps on Solo's shit. It's like he just made Solo look weak, and it's like, bruh, the only time he actually looked vulnerable is when JC attacked him, but then he ended up able to take out both of them, and then they finally got the upper hand, and then of course Jimmy coming out. I don't know. This whole segment to me was trash. I didn't really care for it. At the end of the day, we just know that Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa is going to be fighting each other pretty much at Night of the Champions.
I wonder what's gonna happen. Hikuleo's gonna come out. Jacob Fatu's gonna lose that United States title. We get the new member of Bloodline or whatever. Bruh line. I don't know what they're calling themselves or what they're considered to be at this point, but we're gonna get Hikuleo come out.
We're going to get some because, I mean, if they do put it on Solo Sikoa, at least make it a decent title run because right now the United States title hasn't really been important like it used to be. It's just been on people's shoulder and that's it. So I mean, maybe at the end of the day they're gonna give it to Damian Priest if they put it on Solo, but that would be also kind of messed up because it's like, can we finally get Solo a decent title run for once? But moving on from that, we have LA Knight versus Bronson Reed, and of course, before the match start, we have LA Knight pretty much drives Braun Breaker face first into the steel ring post before the bell ring, trying to make it a one-on-one. And then he dumps Reed out of the ring. Knight throws his jacket at Reed. So basically, LA Knight playing a little dirty first. Because he's like, nah, we ain't going to do no 2-on-1 against me.
He just being smart about the situation. He
nothing wrong
knows
with
he's
that.
outnumbered, so he got to level the playing field. LA Knight obviously fits like a glove amongst the upper mid card and also the main event scene. But unfortunately, I don't ever see them really doing anything major with LA Knight again. I think his peak was against Roman Reigns.
Of course, most definitely. Roman Reigns, what I would say, everyone he fought against, he did make him look good. No one didn't look weak or in a squash match, really.
It's from there, it's just creative.
Yeah.
And it's also the wrestlers or superstars themselves to do as much as they can to stay on top of creative. Like, okay, this is what my character would do in this situation, and this is after this happens, this is where I see myself being or going. Like, basically it's a creative job, figure out how to make that happen, make it happen and make it make sense, make it interesting. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's like some of these feuds that they're manufacturing, like they're just so weak.
It was crazy. Like, you have LA Knight going against Seth Rollins and his goons, but yet we haven't seen CM Punk got his revenge yet. You see, they're trying to rush things by, okay, let's hurry up and put CM Punk against John Cena because everybody wants that. Oh, we have Saudi Arabia coming up. Let's add more drama by making John's, because everyone knows what CM Punk said about Saudi Arabia. But now it's like, now all of a sudden CM Punk's going to fight John Cena there. But it's like, dang, so now after that's over, you're going to circle back to CM Punk and Seth Rollins again?
It's just a weak pay-per-view.
Very weak.
It's just, it's weak. It's giving Elimination Chamber before The Rock got involved. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was looking pretty I don't know, it was looking pretty bad. And then The Rock comes in, confuses all of us. I want your soul. What? So he's Shang-Chi or what's his Shao's? What's the guy from Mortal Kombat that takes souls? He's that guy. Okay. But yeah. With Night of Champions, it's just, first of all, we get ripped off with this King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring, like with these fatal four-ways. We don't even get the traditional style. So that's rushed. Okay. And then you just get this out of nowhere, John Cena and CM Punk feud, right? For the WWE title. First of all, he just skipped the line. Anyways,
Pretty much.
just
And
like
of course,
Goldberg.
just like John Cena when he went to Elimination Chamber. But of course, LA Knight won by DQ and got the yeet down from Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, and nobody came out to help him. Nobody. Not even CM Punk. Nobody. Not even Jimmy Uso. Nobody came out to help him. They just watched him got the yeet down. And while you talking about Night of Champions, it's just got even weaker. Zelina Vega is going to put her WWE Women's United States Championship on the line against Julie, and nobody said one word when they saw that. And of course, the title is going to be on the line against the Y6. Boring. But we have the main event: John Cena versus Ron Killings. I feel like this main event wasn't fair enough for Ron Killings, the way how it ended. But I also feel like I'm glad that Ron Killings got a couple offense in. But I mean, what do you consider this main event?
Not as good as a Saturday night's main event.
No.
Not at all. It just basically, it's just to confirm that they're rushing all of this. They didn't have none of this planned. It was not a work. Okay. They really released Ron Killings clearly because they're just freestyling this stuff. They're just throwing stuff together.
Yeah, and of course Ron Killings won by a DQ because when I believe John Cena hit him with his title, he basically low blow him and he won with a DQ. So when we fast forwarded that, we have John Cena, of course, when he was about to beat up Ron Killings, CM Punk came out to save him and failed epically as John Cena hit him with the title, low blow him, and put him through the table.
Which he proceeded to sell for like another 15 minutes.
He had to lay there.
I mean, my boy was just taking a nap on the job.
As John Cena pretty much summed it up and letting CM Punk know that he is a hypocrite. I feel like when he considered him a hypocrite, regardless of what John Cena is saying, you talk mad trash about WWE, how you're never gonna step foot in here anymore, and you did. Did he also brought up about Saudi Arabia? You're doing that too. It's like you're putting yourself in a bigger hole. You're saying this X, Y, and Z, but then yet you're still doing the things you say you wouldn't do. You
like burying talent.
Exactly.
Okay, so then he proceeds to name Claudio Castagnoli, Nick Nemeth, Matt Cardona, right? I mean, he's basically saying you did everything I did. Like you literally doing the same thing, which is why he's doing everything in reverse, which is a smart move. And I mean, he's just getting the better of CM Punk. I mean, this was a good response to CM Punk cooking John Cena, right? So John Cena just did the pipe bomb 2.0 on CM Punk after putting him through a table. And he's sitting there looking like a jackass the whole time.
And they're showing that Slim Jim little sponsorship.
Right. Y'all think y'all slick.
But yeah, I mean, and John Cena, of course, let him know that he's jealous of him for letting these people believe that he's the best in the world. And honestly, he's not the best in the world. John Cena let him know that John Cena is the greatest of all times. You know why? Because he's starting to slowly ruin wrestling if you pay attention. He's getting CM Punk at Saudi Arabia because he knows CM Punk desperately want a title shot. He got Randy Orton to come back when he was gone for a while because Randy desperately wants to get number 15. He know Cody cares about the fans too much because he won't turn heel, so he desperately made sure he fought Cody at WrestleMania 41, which was an epic fail match. I mean, if you pay attention, John Cena's really exposing people.
Yeah. John Cena mentions that he's jealous of Punk, and he's jealous that he was able to con these people and to believe in the myth that he's the best in the world, right? That Joker said he was the best for like 7 minutes. Yo, that was such a good line. And he proceeds to cook Punk on the mic when he just mentions various things about Punk's career and the decisions that he made that actually affected other people and stuff. I mean, he's talking about you're a freaking millionaire despite all the things that he's said and done or whatever. It's like at the end of the day, money talks.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's why CM Punk is back at WWE. It's the money game. He don't care about these people. It's about, Booker T will say, it's about championship and money, cash and checks. End of the day, money talks. That is why he is there. But
Yeah. I don't know. Like this was the only really notable great thing on the show. Like everything else just felt like filler compared to this segment right here. So appreciate that, John Cena. We needed something on this show to not feel like we completely wasted our time watching this, because that's what it felt like up until this point. And that's gonna have to do it for this video. Smackdown, I would say without this segment, it would have been like a 4 out of 10. Okay, so this bumped it up to about a 5 out of 10 show. SmackDown was skippable, missable, except for that John Cena Pipe Bomb 2.0 promo. And with that said, if you're still here, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you are new, what are you waiting on? Subscribe to the channel. We're going to put out more videos. We go live. And don't miss open mic night. That'll be coming up next. Anything you want to say to the people?
yes, pretty much open mic night will be on Sunday. Like he said, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, leave a comment what you think about SmackDown. And once again, thank you for listening to the Wrestling Bubble TWB.